Hello again. Um, so you've heard about my history, you've heard about my background. I forgot to mention that I was an overweight smoker with diabetes and high blood pressure, and I drank way too many energy drinks and caffeine. You will see me drinking coffee. McDonald's coffee is my favorite. This, by the way, is decaf black. So, and see, oh, I spelled black coffee. And decaf. So I wanted to show everybody the pills that I take. Like I said, I'm 35 years old. I take a couple of these every day. They're giant. They're for diabetes. And I take one of these. That's for diabetes. I take one of these for depression and anxiety. I take one of these for high blood pressure. I take a few of these. These are vitamin D. And then I also take a pill at night to help me sleep. My sleep patterns are pretty awful. I have a painkiller for the nerve pain in my leg, which I don't really take. I have a variety of painkillers in my pantry, actually, because I have one with an antihistamine for sinus headaches that I get. I currently have a pulled muscle in my rotator cuff. That's fun. I've got some codeine-based painkillers for that. Other than painkillers, I think that might be it right now. But in the past, I've taken things for acid reflux, irritable bowel syndrome, which hasn't been too big of an issue for me since I quit smoking in December. So, yeah. So you know that I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Before I moved to Alberta, I lived in Newfoundland. That's where I'm from. And I actually inquired about weight loss surgery. And I had an appointment with a specialist, and I no-showed. I got nervous and thought, this isn't for me, and that's it. But now, because I have so many pills to take every day, because I have constant nerve pain, because I don't want to take my blood anymore. I don't want to prick my finger. I don't want to take insulin. I don't want to have to take needles. I don't want to have to deal with it. It's in the forefront of my mind now. So I met a doctor when I moved to Airdrie who told me about the bariatric clinic in Calgary. So normally this would be a surgery that you would have to pay for yourself, or if you have insurance, maybe it's something that's covered by insurance. There are a lot of hoops to jump through for insurance. I live in Canada, and for anybody who is outside of Canada, specifically the United States, because if memory serves me, I believe that a lot of European countries have a health care system, but I know that the United States does not. And I feel for you, because I would not be able to do this on my own. But when I met with my doctor, this new doctor, he went over my conditions and my concerns and said, you know what, I think you would be a candidate for bariatric clinic. And the bariatric clinic takes only those patients who fit certain qualifications. You have to have a higher than 40 BMI. I think it's 40. It might be 35. BMI is body mass index, so it's a ratio of your height to your weight. It doesn't take into consideration, it's a very arbitrary number to a point. It doesn't take into consideration your frame. It doesn't take into consideration your gender. It compares how much weight you have compared to your height. And mine is ridiculously high. And so I have a very high body mass index. I have diabetes. I have high blood pressure. I have current nerve pain. And at the time, I weighed 290 some odd pounds. So he sent my paperwork, and I had to fill out questionnaires about my lifestyle and changes I wanted to make and how I viewed the surgery. And I was admitted to the clinic. And when you're admitted to the clinic, you meet with a nurse, a dietitian, a psychologist. I specifically met with somebody else regarding my medications. And then once you're admitted to the clinic, anybody who wants surgery gets surgery. But they want you to know what's involved. So you have to take classes online about the surgeries. You have to do an information class. You have to do a surgery prep class. And all of those people involved in the clinic, the nurses, the dietitians, the psychologist, and the surgeon have to say, you know what, I really think that this patient is ready for this change to their lifestyle. And so I started the program, and I didn't take it very seriously. They wanted me to track what I was eating, and I hated it. And it was limbo for a few months. I know how I'm supposed to eat. I've done the diabetes classes. I've done the programs. I'm like to think myself as an intelligent person. I know portion control and, you know, the good things to get the nutrients and not to cut things out of your diet completely, everything in moderation. I know all of those things. I just didn't seem to have the discipline. And boy, am I lazy. Like, I hate physical activity. I take my dog for a walk. It's about roughly 1 kilometer. It takes 15 minutes. And that's about it. That's about all I can suffer. Boy, do I hate it. And so I know that losing weight is 80% what you eat. And so that's what I focused on. I focused on just taking my dog for a walk. I'm not going to the gym. I'm not going to sweat my butt off. I'm not going to join classes and spend money and buy equipment. I'm just not going to use it. I know myself. But I know that I need to do something. And so I started to dedicate to this program. And I tracked what I ate. And I used an app called MyFitnessPal. No affiliation. They're not a sponsor or anything. I'm not getting any money. But if you're wanting to know what you're eating and how it's affecting you, MyFitnessPal is great. So I'm going to show you the app. The good thing about this is that it learns as you go along. So you can enter in recipes, your own recipes, and food that you frequently use comes up first. And then if you frequently pair them, so for example, I love cereal. And so when I've put in a type of cereal, I always use almond milk. When I'm putting it into the tracker, it comes up, you often pair this food with almond milk, and then I can just go click, 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 and then it's all done. And it remembers things that I do frequently and the amounts that I eat them in, and it's a really great tracker. And so it looks like this. It's free. You can buy a premium product. I don't know what the premium gives you, but everything that I need is here. It gives you like different articles and things. If you have it on your phone and you have your phone in your pocket, it tracks your steps, and then it translates the calories you've burned with your steps into how many calories you want per day, or how many calories you've burned and that extra food you can eat. You put in what your lifestyle is, what your weight is, what your goal is, and it gives you a daily calorie count of where you should be given your activity level and what weight you want to lose or if you want to maintain or whatever. And then this is the, oh God, that's terrible. This is the daily tracker. I haven't put anything in today, so let's go to yesterday. So here's my yesterday. Oh my God. You actually see any of this? Oh, there you go. That's better. So you can see that I have food. Oh, no. My God, I'm terrible. So This is, and then the reason that I want to show you this is because if you scroll down to the bottom, you can click the nutrition button, and it gives you what you should be having in protein, carbs, fiber, sugar, fat every day, and what you're hitting. And so when I first started doing this, I thought it's really easy for me to lie. It's really easy for me to cop out, put in what they want to see, because the people at the program can put in a code and see what you're eating. But then I'm going to get weighed in every time I go, and it's going to be a big fat lie because I'm not losing any weight. So for the first several weeks of using that program, I actually put in what I was eating. Actually, everything that I was eating, I didn't make any changes. I didn't change my choices or my portions or anything. I put everything in as it was. And then I looked at the nutrition, and I saw just how much sugar and just how much fat and just how many carbs were in my diet compared to what I should be eating for it to qualify as a healthy diet. And it was mind-blowing. And I recommend that anybody do that. If you want to see what you're eating, sodium blew my mind, how much sodium I take in. And so after seeing that, I knew I had to make a change. And so I dedicated myself to the program. And after doing that, I've lost 22 pounds, I think. Not increasing my activity at all. I take my dog for a walk, and it's a small walk because he's a small dog. And so, and I've started eating. I was really diligent at first, the first month or so of doing this, because I really wanted to be approved for this surgery. I'm taking a little more liberties with what I eat right now, and getting in a few of my favorites, because after surgery, it could be a year before I'll be able to taste it again. And so I'm not losing weight as frequently, but I still am. And I'm enjoying what I eat. And it all comes down to choice. Portion control and choice. If you want to fill up your plate and feel full, add vegetables. Add fruit. Choose Greek yogurt. It's got such great flavors and protein. And if you want to have a cupcake, have a mini cupcake. If you want to go out to eat, if you normally get a large latte and a donut, maybe get a small latte and eat half the donut. I don't know. Just and take it one day at a time. Changing the way you eat is hard. It's hard work. And you can't go into a meal thinking, well, I had a terrible lunch. I went out and I had a burger and fries. Well, I might as well just have pizza for lunch because today is shot. I had that thinking all the time. And it doesn't work. It sets you back. Just, if you splurge, just make the next meal a healthier choice. Put your salad dressing on the side. Have an open face sandwich with extra meat and extra veggies so you don't eat as many carbs. Have one cookie instead of 3. So it all comes down to choice. And that's, oh my God, I didn't even talk about what is going on in my life. There's still so much to say. Okay, that's my tip for today. I have to go. Cheers.